Good day to you all. In this video, I will be reporting in my part in our group in which the topic is the Lesson 9 Grading and Reporting of Test Result. The teaching learning process includes important components like reporting and grading. The teacher's evaluation of students' performance on the exams and overall on the desired learning outcomes is reflected in the grades that are given. So, as a result, it's critical that the foundations and standards for grading and reporting test results are defined and stated and state and stated explicitly from the very beginning of the course. Additionally, grades serve as symbolic summaries of the caliber of students' work and their degree of achievement. So, teachers must make sure that reporting and grading and reviewing your existing knowledge and experience as well as the standards or policies used by your institution will help you learn how to give grades and report learners' test performance in a relevant and effective manner. Now then, what are the purpose of grading and reporting learners' test performance? So, we grade students and share their test results for a number of reasons. So, grades are alphanumeric or numeric symbols or marks that represent how well the students are achieving the desired learning outcome. So, um, grades grades are a feedback mechanism between the teachers and the students. So the teacher and the students that are part of the instructional process. So they are one method they are one method of expressing the student's degree of understanding of a particular course material. So they provide feedback on a specific subject matter that specific specific subject matter that students have mastered, and the areas where they need to pay closer attention as they prepare for summative assessments, so or final exams. So in a sense, grades more and do better on subsequent exams in order to keep their standing. Now then, the next one is what are the different methods in scoring tests or performance tasks. So there are various ways to score and grade results in multiple choice tests. So traditionally, the two most commonly used scoring methods are number right scoring (NR) and negative marking (NM). So the first one is number right scoring. So it involves just giving correct answers a score, while bad responses get a score of 0. So the total of the exam's correct response scores constitutes the test score. So one major issue with this scoring approach is that the students could guess their way to the right answer, so which would undermine the validity and reliability of the test. And the next one is negative marking. So now negative marking involves rewarding learners for correct responses while penalizing them from the wrong ones. So in this model, a portion of the total number of incorrect responses are deducted from the total number of correct responses. So other examples of this type of scoring approach include rewarding students or rewarding students for not guessing by granting points rather than punishing students for incorrect responses, and also allocating no mark for omitted items while awarding a positive score for the correct answer. So the suggested punishment for a wrong response is -1, where the number of options. So for the above items, scoring will be as follows. So as you can see there, so learners who selected letter D will receive score, while those who chose A, B, or C will receive a negative score. So learners who left the item blank will receive a 0 point. So then the sum of the scores, for instance, 1 or 0 or uh, minus 0.25, so across all elements is used to calculate the final score. So for instance, a learner would receive a total score of 5.5 on a 10 item test if they answered 6 of the questions correctly. So 2 incorrectly and left 2 questions unanswered. Now we have partial credit scoring methods. So these partial credit scoring methods makes an effort to ascertain a learner's degree of expertise with regard to each available response option. So this scoring system accounts for learners' partial knowledge mastery. So while acknowledging that students may not always know the right answer, they can tell that certain possible answers are obviously wrong. So the partial credit scoring approach comes in 3 different formats. So first is the liberal multiple choice test. This allows students to choose more than one response to a question if they are unsure of the proper answer. And the second one is elimination testing, ET. This teaches students to mark off any options they believe to be wrong. So the last one is confidence weighing, so CW. So this asks students to say which response they think is the one that is correct and how sure they are in that response. So each response option for this question gets a score and accompanying justification. So here's an illustration of how the thing can be displayed. So now, retrospective correcting for guessing deems omitted or no answer questions to be erroneous. So requiring students to respond to every questions even if they are unsure of the correct response, the guessing adjustment is applied later or in the past. So this can be accomplished by contrasting students' responses to multiple choice. So choice questions with their responses to responses on test in other test formats. So like short answer test. Now, next is the standard setting. So standard setting involves applying standards, particularly those established through norm or criterion reference assessment when grading multiple choice items. And standards from criterion reference assessment are based on predetermined standards specified from the beginning by the teacher or school as a whole. So whereas standards from norm reference assessment are obtained from the test performance of a specific group of students. So for instance, the mathematics department can determine the passing score, either 75% rank. So for a final algebra exam based on norms derived from students' scores over the previous 3 years. So to achieve this, the department must compile the previous exam results of students who took the same or comparable final exam. So they use the formula for standard scores to determine each student's percentile rank. Now then to holistic scoring. This holistic scoring entails grading an essay, writing composition, or other performance type assessment with a single total grade. So despite the fact that the holistic scoring rubric includes particular criteria for assessing a task, raters do not give a score for each one. So instead, they weigh the strengths. They weigh the strength and weaknesses of the numerous criteria to reach an overall assessment as they read a writing job or watch a performance task. So now when it comes to both time and money, holistic scoring is thought to be efficient. No, additionally, it does not penalize subpar performance based on a single factor. So, however, it's claimed that holistic scoring doesn't offer enough diagnostic data about students' abilities because it doesn't identify the students' strengths. Now then, here's an example for rubric for oral recitation. Okay. Okay, so now now is analytic scoring. So analytic scoring entails scoring each criterion for a performance task, such as writing an essay, giving an oral presentation, so, and also participating in a class debate and producing a research paper. So and also sometimes giving an overall score by averaging the scores across all criteria. So the reliability of analytical scoring is one of its benefits. So additionally, it offers data that may be utilized as a diagnostic tool by identifying the areas of the learner's strength and weaknesses, so that remedial education can be based on those areas. However, it takes more time, which makes it more expensive. So it is also susceptible to the halo effect, in which the results of one scale can affect how others are rated. So now it is also a challenging to produce. So now here is an illustration of research papers analytic grading. So for this scoring, the introduction method and findings method, discussion, conclusion, and suggestion of the research paper, as well as some criteria, so will be used to evaluate the students' work, either spelling, grammar, documentation, and format. And that will be all for this video. Thank you for listening, and good luck to you all.